Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the month of February 2025. So as I'm shuffling up your cards, I just want to remind you guys that there are limited spaces left for my Shamanic Life Transformation Coaching Program. This is a 3-month-long program where you'll have daily email access to me, and we can work through whatever questions or developments you have going on in your life. Plus, you'll get an hour-long personal reading every single week, and there's no need for scheduling at all. I just send your readings based off of what you wanted on and what naturally wants to come through for you, and we talk about it. It's a really great offering. There's more resources that I'll provide for you as well, so go ahead and get that. Also, I want to remind you that I am still offering my free tarot guide ebook, so go download that. Okay, let's dive into your reading now though. What's in store for Taurus in the month of February? You have the lizard spirit. Wow. You know, I've had this deck for a really long time, and I gotta say, I can't remember a time where the lizard spirit came through, so it's really interesting that this is coming through for you now. This is a fire animal. So you could be living with a lot of passion, excitement, and exuberance in the month of February. There's exciting developments. I'm getting a sort of playful energy from you now. The direction of west is sticking out to me. The direction west as a spirit represents creative expansion, play, trying new things, and really expanding upon your soul. So there could be a lot of playful elements to this month for you, Taurus. Connecting with children, connecting with entertainment, doing entertaining things, whether that is like going to concerts, comedy, going out, and just enjoying life. I am seeing things like that. You could be adapting to new environments this month as well, or new people, new relationships that you may be getting closer to. You could be adapting to each other's routines, each other's cycles. So there is that as well. With the lizard coming out, I got a visualization of like shedding of the skin. You know how lizards shed their skin? I am seeing you going through a similar process in February as well. And that's what I'm saying, like with the adjustments, you are shedding away your old routine or ways of doing things. So there is an element here of letting go, release, and getting rid of that, I don't know, that old baggage that's been weighing you down. And there's like a nice, soft newness underneath. So I really like that. The energy feels optimistic. We have the cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. Okay, take the initiative, plan, lead, and share your feelings with others. Cardinal moons are times of leadership. It is a time for you to say, this is what I want, so let me initiate this. Let's make this happen. If you really miss someone, for example, tell them, hey, I miss you. Let's hang out. Let's make a plan. I'm free these days. Here's some ideas of what we can do. Let me know what you think. Taking that initiative is a very cardinal thing to do. And so you're being asked to make the first moves when it comes to things that you would like to experience. I think in February, you're being tested when it comes to sharing your opinion with others. You know, what do you want to see? What do you think would be best? Where do you want to eat? You know, things like that. You may be used to just going along, going with the flow when it comes to those things. But Taurus, I gotta say, out of all the signs, you guys have the best taste. Okay, I have to say. Like, I've never met a Taurus, for example, who has a bad taste in music, or like a bad taste in food or decor. Like, you guys are very tasteful. You're very like aesthetic. You have the best tastes in music and clothes and things like that. And so your opinion is very important for the collective. You're ruled by Venus. So when it comes to things like what music do you want to play? Where do you want to go eat? What outfit or colors do you think would work best? Your opinion out of the entire zodiac is usually the most warranted for those things. Okay, that's where your strengths lie. And so you're being asked to take the initiative a little bit when it comes to those things. We have body. Okay, a lot of you are going to start a new serious relationship with your body in February. So this could be, for example, I don't know why I'm seeing examples of like maybe some of you are starting a new routine and you're starting to swim every morning. I know that's so random and specific, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like maybe you decide, I'm going to go for afternoon walks every day from now on. Or I'm going to start training for a race. I'm going to start home cooking at least 5 meals a week, 5 dinners a week. Things like that you are taking more seriously. It feels like you're beginning a new journey with it, your physical body, your physical form. Okay, and this says, show me divine how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. Another thing I'm seeing is your crown chakra. There could be downloads, pieces of information coming through. Spirit may be offering you some really amazing knowledge that you learn through books or podcasts or videos or something like that when it comes to how to better take care of your body. You may be learning more of the science of the body and how to care for it. And instead of operating off of that emotional level when it comes to your relationship with your body, you're just looking at the facts, looking at the science. For example, if you're trying to lose weight, it can be easy to just shame yourself and feel emotional about it. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty science and it's like, okay, all I have to do is be in a calorie deficit, it really takes away that emotional element. And you realize that you don't have to experience this negativity when it comes to your relationship with self, because it all boils down to an exact science. Okay. And I think it's important as spiritually minded people to keep that in mind, because, I've seen a lot of people who are into tarot readings, who are very spiritually minded, just kind of neglect the physical, logical element of life. And I've seen the flip side, of course, people who are so logic-oriented, science-oriented, that they can't even comprehend anything that isn't physically in front of them. I think it's very important for all of us to have a nice balance, to look at the science. Like, for example, when people come to me for health readings, I always say, listen, at the end of the day, I am not a doctor, okay? It's very important for you to get your blood work done, to get physically examined, and to take care of that physical element as well as the spiritual element, because both are equally important. You have your physical body, mental body, emotional body, spiritual body, and they are all interconnected. So if one of them is being neglected, the rest will have an effect as well. They're all tied up in that way. And while, for example, with illness, there's almost always some sort of emotional root as well as the spiritual root, there is also a physical component as well. And it's important not to neglect that physical component. And so the month of February, I'm seeing for you, Taurus, you are diving into the physics of life more. Your physical environment, your physical body, and you're sort of shedding away old ways of doing things and embracing a new sort of routine, schedule, and life for yourself. We have the Ancestor coming through as your first card, which really confirms that message, because this is the Hierophant. It represents learning from people who are masters, people who have a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, going to them for advice. This is a really random specific message. Some of you guys may be going to a hairstylist, for example, who specifies in the type of style or texture that you want, or something like that. And it's going to this person who has a lot more wisdom than you in this very specific niche field, and you are getting really good advice from them. Same thing with going to specialty doctors about certain things that you're concerned about. You can, of course, Google everything. You can read all you want, but this person dedicated their life to studying this one niche thing. So it just makes life easier when you view your reality as a community, okay? Sure, you can learn some about nutrition, for example, but if you went to a nutritionist, somebody who dedicates their life to learning that, they can give you so much more hacks and important information that can make your life easier. Life becomes easier when we all work together. And so the Ancestor is a really great example of that. And it shows doing things in the traditional methods. Another thing that I'm seeing here is sometimes we get so into our minds that we lose touch with the basics. For example, when I was going through my own personal health and fitness journey, I realized oh my gosh, it all boils down back to the basics, eating 3 meals a day and getting enough sunshine, getting enough sleep, as simple as that is, was the best thing for my health. all of the things they've been teaching, brush twice a day, floss once a day. When I don't do those things, I experience health issues. And so it's like, you don't need to be a trailblazer when it comes to cultivating this knowledge and wisdom, because there's already so many qualified people and information out there, and you are really learning a lot this month. We have the Three of Stones in reverse with creativity. A part of you wants to be seen a little bit more, and this could be from your romantic partner, this could be from your boss, this could be from anyone in your life, but you may be having this inner desire to be seen more, to be more centerfold in people's lives and people's attention. Another thing that I'm seeing here, Taurus, if any of you are in a romantic partnership or in any sort of close relationship with somebody who is very successful or popular, I am wondering if this month, very minor message of the month, you may be struggling or dealing with some feelings of jealousy or insecurity around that you may be processing and working through. That's not something to be ashamed of. We all go through moments like that where we are connected to somebody who is very successful in one area of life, and that may trigger something within us, like, oh, I want to be successful as well. Let jealousy turn into inspiration is what I would say for that. If you are feeling insecure because somebody is really thriving, glowing, successful, don't resist that insecurity or that jealousy. Instead, be inspired by it and ask yourself, how can I be more like this person? Or what is it about this person that makes me feel jealous? What is it about them that I want for myself? And try to cultivate more of that. We have the Eight of Arrows with struggle coming out. There's a lot on your plate, I feel, like a lot of different ideas. I'm getting a sense of being a little bit scatterbrained. Like, you start one project, before you finish that, you start something else, and then, energy's a little bit all over the place this month. So I would try, if I were a Taurus, I would put a conscious effort every day to finishing things up instead of like starting new things. Before I start this new thing, did I finish this other thing I was supposed to do? Okay. Scheduling, using calendars or planners will be your best friend this month, I believe. So just try to stay organized in that capacity. We have the Moon on water. There's a lot of emotions for you at this time. It definitely feels for a lot of you, strong feelings towards other people are coming through, and just strong feelings in general. It feels like the times are changing emotionally. You're releasing a lot emotionally, but you're also taking on new emotions that you may have towards someone or people or various things. And you're anxious for the future. You're anticipating the future. You're excited for it. And you're just sort of following your heart and your intuition and seeing where this goes, where this leads you. But with this intensity in emotions, it can also bring out those things that we talked about, like jealousy, insecurity, etc. There's just an emotional intensity to this month, and this could be for many reasons. Maybe some of you are falling in love with someone, maybe others of you are going through big life changes, etc. And I just want to say, like, these seasons of emotional intensity, they're not something that you should resist or look down upon. Just embrace these emotions day by day, and make sure you are making space for them through journaling, scheduling time every day to journal, or communicating with the people who matter most what you're going through. Things like that will really turn these emotions into something powerful. We have the Woodward in reverse, which honestly really supports that message that I just gave here. Yes, and this is right underneath that Three of Stones in reverse. Guys, you need to communicate with people if something is bothering you. Like, if you are feeling jealous, if you are feeling anxious, if you are really needing reassurance from a partner or a friend, ask for that, okay? Like, talk to me, work with me here. Here's what I'm feeling, and here's what I feel like I need. Just communication is key this month, I think, and I would really advise you not to sweep emotions under the rug and avoid difficult conversations, okay? If you are feeling any sort of negative emotion in a relationship or in your life, please communicate that with the people who matter most, with your romantic partner, with your best friend, whoever it may be. Communicate it. You are not alone at all. And we have the Archer coming out in reverse. This is also the Chariot in reverse. And yeah, there's a need here to let go, to release your old comfort zone. For some of you guys watching, you need to shed and release an ex. Okay, you need to shed and release just the old patterns that you may have been involved in, especially if any of you were involved in toxic relationships or a sort of negative pattern of coping. It is time for you to release that, because what is in your reality in February is a much more higher functioning environment, relationships around you, blessings around you. And you simply cannot revert back to those old ways of doing things, those old patterns of coping. It's just not going to support you anymore. Okay, so if I were a Taurus, I would really look within myself this month. I would prioritize making time every day to journal and make emotional growth and adjustment one of my biggest priorities, because there's a lot of beautiful expansions happening for you at this time, and it feels like there is an emotional intensity and you're being asked to sit with those emotions, work through them, process them, communicate them. There is a chance that a lot of Tauruses in February will not do this, and that can cause issues, okay? And I see that in the struggle card. We don't sugarcoat readings here. There will be a lot of Tauruses in the month of February who experience some challenges or struggles in relationships, things like that, because they avoid an issue, they don't communicate about it, they don't sit with their emotions, and they keep themselves stuck in the old patterns, old toxic relationships, old ways of doing things. So I will say a lot of Tauruses will be going through that sort of negative experience in February. However, since you're watching this reading, you do not have to be one of those. You can have the free will to embody this advice that we are giving here today and really go out of your comfort zone to initiate difficult conversations, sit with your emotions, process, feel, communicate, and you will avoid a lot of challenges, a lot of struggles if you do so, okay? Embark on a new journey, new ways of doing things, new ways of connecting with people that are much more healthier, and call upon your ancestors for support in this mission. Call upon your spirit guides for support in this mission. Affirm to the universe, make me into somebody who feels comfortable and confident, sitting with my emotions, embracing them, and creating a strong foundation for my personal life and relationships. Affirm that to the universe. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this month ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course, so check it out. Bye-bye.